What is a stock? A stock is a piece of ownership in a business. We talk about shares as the units for counting stock. Back in the day, we used to use paper to track all this stock, so the person who holds the stock is called the stockholder. That's where the word comes from. Stockholder equals shareholder, they mean the same thing. So a business will create some amount of shares, then they convince investors to give them money in exchange for some of those shares. Why would the business do this? Say they want to expand, but they need more money than they have. They need to hire people, rent more buildings, more materials, lots of things. So the business gets access to money without having to get a loan and the interest that goes along with that. Why would the buyer do this? Why would they become a stockholder? They get partial ownership of the business, and especially some portion of the company's profits. Now how much? It depends on how many shares they own, and also how many total shares there are. In general, a stock's value comes directly from the fact that the stockholders are entitled to a portion of the company's profits. Now, some businesses also pay money every so often, typically quarterly, to their shareholders. These payments are called dividends. Now, for us normal people, how do we make money from stocks? Well, in two main ways. The first is the stock price goes up. You buy for 10, some time passes, stock price goes up to 20, you've made $10 a share. That's also called capital appreciation. The second way is what we mentioned before, dividends. And again, that's the business returning a portion of profits directly to shareholders. There are generally two main types of stock, common and preferred. Now, common stockholders get to vote at shareholder meetings, while preferred stockholders don't get to vote, but they do have a higher claim on assets, things like dividends and earnings. This can matter a ton in certain situations, things like a bankruptcy. Usually, stocks are bought and sold on exchanges. Some famous ones are the NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange. Now, for us normal people, we get to buy shares of a company generally in two ways. The first is when the company goes public. This is typically done through an initial public offering. That's when we can all start buying and selling shares. The second way is from someone who already owns shares, another investor. Typically, we would use a brokerage, a stockbroker, and there are lots of online brokerages to buy and sell shares. That's it for this video. I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!